Hey sweet people, and welcome back to my channel. Or if it's your first time here, welcome especially. I'm Sally and I am so glad you've stopped by. Today I am sharing my winter kind of pro-metabolic morning routine. Pro-metabolic in the sense that I am, prioritizing certain things that are going to help support my hormones and my metabolism. And that starts with waking up around 7 or 8, LOL. That happens maybe 2 times a week because I am usually working very early, but whenever I can, I try to wake up naturally, and usually that ends up between about 7 and 8. So then I always remove my temp drop. That's what I'm doing right here. This is my wearable basal body thermometer, and it lets me track my temperatures overnight so that I can use them to determine my fertile window and practice fertility awareness method. I have a discount for 10% off, and I will link it below. But I usually put on something cozy, and around this time, go ahead and make my way out of bed, heading on in to the bathroom to, use the bathroom. And once I have done that, it is time to get ready, at least partially, for the day. So I always like to throw my hair up. I have been really digging the scrunchies recently. Just a messy bun is usually what works best for me. And then at this point, I usually brush my teeth, wash my face, and put on some moisturizer, but I don't put makeup on or get dressed until later. So I love this Hello toothpaste. I've actually found it at Target, but I'll see if I can link it. Here it is free of nasty ingredients, free of fluoride, and it tells you what each and every ingredient is for. Then I use just a cream cleanser here, nice and gentle, and I massage that into my skin for about 20 seconds, usually damp skin, of course. It doesn't strip the oils from my face or anything like that, which is really lovely. And I'm so excited soon to try Noelle Covery's, her cleanser as well. I'm waiting for that to arrive currently. Putting on some deodorant. Please always drop your favorite non-toxic deodorant recommendations below. And then this is my current obsession. This is the Toups & Co. Sweet Girl Tallow Balm. They have many different scents, but it is made of tallow, 100% free of PUFAs, or those polyunsaturated fats, and just really nourishing to your skin. Helps to reduce, or rather prevent, oxidative stress because it doesn't have those PUFAs in it, and it has a lot of cholesterol in it, which is also going to be really, really great for your skin. I also have a code for this, 10% off. I will link that below if you purchase through my link, and then use code SALLY10. But again, I'll put that below. I don't think I can ever use another moisturizer. So at this point, we are headed out of the bathroom and into the living room. It's Christmas time, so I am lighting my tree. I love these beautiful blown glass ornaments. And then I like to light a cozy candle. I try to find ones that are free of artificial fragrance, but I don't stress too much about it. It is one of those things that I just really enjoy, and so I take kind of a moderate approach to it. And sometimes we just do an unscented candle, but this particular one was a wood wick, which was just especially lovely. Really sets the mood for the day. Once I have kind of set the tone, turn the lights on, I am going to get a big glass of water. I always do this first thing in the morning to make sure I am hydrated. This is a great time to have that big glass of water. It will really help wake you up as well. I use my zero water pitcher to filter my water, and I usually keep that in the fridge or out on the counter. And then I make breakfast straight away. I like to eat within 20 to 30 minutes of waking to help prevent my cortisol levels from rising too high. And something I've been loving recently is just plain Greek yogurt with some honeycomb, and then I've been doing it with frozen blueberries. This is a super easy thing to throw together, and it itself has about 20 grams of protein in it. When I do a full cup of yogurt, you get carbs from the honey, you get carbs from the blueberries, a very marginal amount, but also a little bit of fiber. And I do use the non-fat Greek yogurt, but then you'll see in my coffee, I have a little bit of fat coming into play. So we got all 3 of our macronutrients. Speaking of coffee consumption, I am pulling out a cozy Christmas mug. I fired up my espresso machine. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a couple shots of espresso to make a peppermint mocha with. I shared in a couple of videos prior a peppermint mocha recipe that is kind of pro-metabolic friendly in the sense that we are using more whole food ingredients. And I always make sure to time my coffee either with or after my meal. And usually whether it's with or after is going to depend on what all is in my coffee and just how I'm feeling that morning in terms of stress levels. And this helps to regulate my hormones as well, prevent that cortisol from spiking. So I've just gone ahead and added some of my grass-fed collagen. I'll link this below. 10 grams of protein right there. So this is a nice 30-gram breakfast, including the collagen. Mix that really thoroughly, and then I just whipped up another batch of my peppermint mocha coffee creamer, and I'm gonna add a few ladles of that. And then ultimately I'm doing this kind of Americano style, so I'm gonna fill the rest with water. Once I've prepared my breakfast and my coffee, I get snuggled up on the couch and I will take a few bites of my breakfast. I'm really working on breathing before I eat and taking time to get in that rest and digest state. But I will say that it's something I struggle with because I get so hungry and excited and I just want to gobble things down, and it's hard to, put aside distractions. But I will sit, take a few bites of food, and then I will usually begin with my Bible reading. I actually just finished up my prayer journal for the year, so I am not doing that on this particular day, but I am reading through Acts currently, which is really lovely in terms of narrative and just gaining a broader understanding of what was happening at that period in time. And I'll continue to sip on my coffee. You'll notice I didn't totally finish my breakfast, but I make sure to eat at least a little bit of my breakfast before sipping on my coffee and really taking my time with it. And then I have been very slowly reading The Omnivore's Dilemma by Michael Pollan. It's a good book. It's just kind of been slow reading, to be honest. So I've picked it up and put it down in between other books.
I'm gonna pick this up in real time here to do my liver shots. I've been so bad about doing these. I just always forget because they're in the freezer, but I've taken them for the past 3 days in a row. So it's not just for the video. I have a video where I show you how to make these if you haven't seen it yet, but just gonna take a few little pieces, chase it with my coffee. I'm gonna go take my other vitamins and we're gonna get dressed. I'm back in the bedroom and gonna take my other supplements and then put some makeup on. I'm very particular about the supplements that I take because honestly, there are a lot that end up doing more harm than good. Even if it's a vitamin or a mineral that your body needs, it really is all about proportions and how things are working together. And so it can be really easy to inadvertently essentially throw things off by adding something in with the best of intentions. So don't take this as medical advice for you. Talk to your provider or do your own research, but things that I do take every day are going to be my magnesium glycinate, and then I've started taking vitamin E recently for a number of reasons, but in large part to kind of help with oxidative stress and also with estrogen dominance. I could do a whole nother video on that, some things that I have been doing in that department, but for now, I'm just gonna take these. I usually have no problem taking big pills, but for some reason, the last little bit I have been struggling, but that went pretty easily. And when you're looking for a vitamin E supplement, you want to make sure it's not in sunflower oil or anything like that. You're looking for MTC oil or MCT. I think it's MTC oil. I can confirm that down below. But you want to make sure it's not in sunflower oil because if you're doing that, then you're getting those polyunsaturated fats with it, which kind of is counteracting what the vitamin E oil itself is doing. Okay, I'm gonna put on some makeup now. I don't wear makeup every single day, but honestly, anytime that I am, just going to be going out, or even if I'm just working at home and there's not too much going on throughout the day, I will try to put on some makeup just to get more put together, so to say. Not that it's necessary, but it just makes me feel good and makes me feel kind of like I did something and went somewhere, because realistically, like with work, when I'm training, I'm getting up really early. I don't have time to put on makeup, and I'm a sweaty mess, which is fine. That's beautiful in its own right. But then I get home and I'm often working at home for the rest of the day, which means I just kind of don't necessarily have the reason to like put as much into getting ready as other people do. But it makes me feel good to do it, and so I try to make it a priority. But today I have a friend coming into town, or a couple friends coming into town from kind of near Emerald Isle, if any of y'all are familiar with that. One of my really, really good friends from college and her sister are coming to visit. We're gonna go for a walk, and then I think we're gonna get coffee or maybe even brunch. We shall see. I have a few different options in mind, but I'm gonna talk to them about what they would prefer to do. And then I think we're either gonna go downtown, or there's a shopping center kind of near Wrightsville Beach where we're gonna go so they can do some Christmas shopping. And I've already done all my Christmas shopping, believe it or not, but I wanna tag along because I think it will be fun. And the one thing I would look for is potentially a dress to wear on Christmas, or to the Christmas Eve service that we're going to be going to. And I don't know if we'll end up going to any thrift stores, but I have this favorite place in Wilmington. It's called the Fairy Circle. I know I've talked about it before, but it's an amazing thrift / consignment store. The prices are more like thrift than consignment prices, but you can find really, really good items, and you do get paid if you take your stuff in there. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm using my Bare Minerals Original foundation right now. Super clean. I can link it below with everything else. And this is really versatile because you can put on like one layer of it and it looks super natural. I mean, it always looks super natural, but one layer and it just smooths things out a little bit. Or you can kind of layer on more layers than that, and you get kind of more full coverage. So just a little bit of concealer and my foundation. I have this one spot you can see kind of right here where I always tend to get 1 or 2 pimples. And I think that's because at Orange Theory, when I'm wearing the mic sits right here. And so I'm constantly getting like this kind of gross, but like spit back on myself. And we all have different mic covers, but just like the bacteria, I suppose, can build up there. And it's just a constant trouble spot, but that's okay. We still love it. We still love it. I'm like the least fancy, least involved person when it comes to makeup because I just use what I have and make it work instead of getting an eyebrow product. I just use a little bit of eyeshadow that matches the color of my eyebrows and we'll brush over them. I have pretty good eyebrows, I would say, to start. Pretty thick eyebrows, but sometimes it just makes them a little more cohesive if I do this, which I feel is the kind of thing where it's like if you're gonna do eyeshadow and like lips and whatnot, sometimes it makes sense to make your eyebrows look a little bit bolder just so they still stand out. But again, on like the day-to-day, I wouldn't really see a reason to do this. And then I have loved recently just doing a teeny bit of like really light shimmery eyeshadow there in the corner of my eye on either side. There we go. You can do like slightly darker. I'm not using a brush because I accidentally left my brushes at my family's house. I'm gonna get them over Christmas. My camera died on me, but I finished putting on my makeup. I put in some little earrings here. You can see my second hole is so irritated because, I don't know, I put an earring in for the first time in ages and it got angry. But I'm gonna get dressed real quick. I'm running a little bit low on time, but it's freezing cold outside, like literally freezing. It's about 32 right now, and we're gonna go on a walk, but then also gonna kind of go around town, go shopping, like I said. So I think I'm gonna do black leggings. I have this sweater. I'm going for like a cute kind of like 80s fusion look, we'll say. I don't know enough about fashion terminology, but I have a big sweater here, and then I can just wear a sports bra under it, and I'll probably do tennis shoes because, you know, looking a little sporty today, and we're gonna be walking around. I'll show you in a sec. Okay, here's the end result. I gotta run. I have my tennis shoes on. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do that. Until next time, bye y'all.